Hello everyone, and welcome to the game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Devil May Cry, and he's in the Schlieffen, a tier 10 German battleship. He's on a shatter in a 3-point domination game. It's obviously a tier 10 battle, there is no carrier, there is no sub, and the enemy has already lost a destroyer in the center, which is quite nicely. Now Schlieffen here is inside the sea cap, a pretty nice position where he can use his hydro to basically keep everything lit, and he has already encountered an enemy Bismarck inside his secondary range, which is lovely, isn't it? Now, while the secondaries are having some fun here, he also has some torps on the way. Now, the enemies are taking the A-cap. We still have some defenders there though, so that might change. Even a Baltimore that's probably radaring right now. The friend is also inside the B-cap, and well, C is probably going to be contested for a long time. C on this map is just often a stalemate, because all you need to do is have one ship sitting on the side of the island. And the only way to get rid of them is to make a very aggressive push, which usually doesn't happen that early. Now Hydro has run its course, but it looks like the friend is actually taking this cap. The Baltimore though is on its way and will probably stop it from happening. So there is that. The Alsace coming around here. Secondaries are already focused on it. And well, I mean, this Alsace won't have a good time if he's actually pushing like this. But it turns out he's already turning away anyway. Now the friendlies have lost... I mean, the friendly Baltimore pushed way too far in. So the friend is already lost the Baltimore there, and the enemies have taken control of A. Which is a shame. But you know, it's still early, it's still anyone's game. And right now Devil May Cry doesn't have to do anything, his secondaries are just doing a lot of work. But if he can get some shells into the Alsace, it's obviously a nice bonus. Now, ideally, you'd want to push around here, but I mean, the Kagero is probably in B, so they might not even have torpedoes here, right? So it could actually work. The Tirpitz is most certainly trying. The Alsace is low, right? If they could finish off the Alsace here, and then the Tirpitz can come around and finish off the Baltimore, and certainly the friendlies would be in a very nice position here. And that might exactly be what's happened. Well, okay, the Alsace is still alive. The secondary battery reload time though has triggered. Which makes the Schlieffen even more scary. Okay, so a low health Bismarck is spotted. Is trying to finish that off. Meanwhile, the Alsace has been dealt with. The Lion is nicely melting under secondary fire, and I think the Tirpitz has taken care of the Baltimore, so this push is working out perfectly. Which is pretty good, because the friendlies aren't looking so hot on the others. Well, I mean, we still have a lot of ships at A. I'm just not convinced that the Sumo pushing in and the Sasha sitting behind is a good idea. Well, anyway, the friend is actually one ship ahead right now. Devil May Cry is continuing his push here. The secondary is getting a nice workout on that Lion. The Lion desperately trying to escape, but I mean, it's not just, you know, a Schlieffen that's shooting him, there's probably the Tirpitz and the Hindenburg, the Yoshino. This Lion is in a world of him. And he even got Halland too. Because why not? Now, the Kagero hasn't been seen in a while, so Devil May Cry is using his Hydro here. Which is probably a good choice. I mean, there's also the Yoshino. The Yoshino is definitely gonna turp this way at some point. So the Tirpitz has been taken out. And we've lost some spotting there, but Devil May Cry is currently pushing towards B. And that's probably a good choice, especially with that Hydro, he can do a lot of good there. And he is obviously a good... Oh no, he's decided not to go there, I guess. Well, the Kagero has been found. And, well, that Kagero is now in secondary range. Well, I mean, with the Kagero spotted, it kind of made sense to use all of his guns. Now, going this way obviously is now dodging torps. He was able to use all of his guns. And his secondaries had a lot of fun too.
Torpedos auf Steuerbord.
I mean, now it's probably not even necessary to go towards B anymore, right? Earlier there was still the Kagero and I think the Neptune also in there. Now basically everything in there has been taken care of except for Missouri. So Devil May Cry can just push that Yamato probably. So he's trying to get some torps off here in preparation for the Yamato. And he keeps looking towards the Yoshino. The Yoshino could be coming around here full broadside. He's focusing the Yoshino now with his secondaries and he is waiting. The Yoshino unfortunately is turning away. It's such a shame. It's almost as if he doesn't want to be in secondary range. Or show broadside. Meanwhile, the enemy Missouri might be an issue for the friendly Yugumo, with a Hindenburg here as backup. It's still anyone's game, really. The teams are pretty equal. And even points-wise they're pretty equal. So, ideally, we'd have the Yamato still pretty close, so it can be Schlieffen top. And then like, if he could come around here and basically top the Yamato or something and then push after Missouri, that would be ideal. And he's detected by the Yoshino. But he is keeping his eye here on the Yamato. Because the Yamato is possibly still here and... well, I mean, it didn't hurt too much. So the Yamato's front turret's out of position, that's good news. So he's obviously gonna angle against that Yamato. Hydro isn't ready, the Yoshino might be torping. The Yoshino is potentially a problem, but the Yamato is far the bigger issue. So torps are on their way. Yeah, the other torps are still reloading. So his secondaries are shooting at both sides. So okay, he's decided to focus the Yoshino. He's probably hoping that his torpedoes will... oh, the Missouri went down. Well, hello there, Missouri. So he's hoping his torps can do a lot against the Yamato. And he's trying to turn his turrets towards the Yoshino. Okay. He's getting rather low there, but it's getting awfully close to those torpedoes though. But he dodged. Now the problem is the Yamato still survived and the Yoshino still survived. The good news is the secondaries are just, you know, getting a lot of work done here on both sides. But he is so very low. So I decided to damage con. Yes, the Yoshino is down. And, well, thankfully, Yamatos aren't that greatly armored. That was double side. That was a close one. That very nearly almost went wrong, but he prevailed. And now, all that's remaining is an enemy Moscow. So he pops a Hydro because, well, I mean, you know, we just saw Yoshino torps not too long ago. The Yoshino would have needed to turn around entirely and torp from the other side. But he hasn't been paying that much attention to Yoshino because he was focused on Yamato in the end. Better safe than sorry, right? It's not like the Hydro will be useful against anything else in this match. Now, only the Moscow remains, and... yeah, I don't see that Moscow turning that one around. So the question remains is obviously who gets in the last shot. The Lion is approaching, the Moscow is spotted. It's almost in secondary range, isn't that lovely? So here we are with the results, and Devil May Cry earned himself 2067 base experience, and he certainly had a lot of nice brawling going on there. He got a boatload of medals, quite a bit of damage, and 837 secondary hits. Yeah, his secondaries had quite a lot of fun in this game, didn't they? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.